Hannah, over to you.
Hi, everybody. We have seen some incredible sessions throughout Cisco Live, and now get ready to turn it up even more because I am joined by two absolute legends, two incredible icons. They really need no introduction, but what a thrill to be here with the great Billie Jean King and Serena Williams, the two absolute queens. You know what they've done on the tennis court, but just so quickly, in addition to their tons and tons of Grand Slam titles. Billie Jean King, who has been an entrepreneur since 1968, founded the Women's Sports Foundation, the Women's Tennis Association, the Billie Jean King Leadership Initiative. We're going to hear a lot more on that. And was the first female athlete to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, just to name a few things. As for Serena, in addition to all her Grand Slam titles, more than any other man or woman in the modern era, she's an entrepreneur off the court. She has her own fashion brand called Serena, which celebrates body positivity and female empowerment. And she launched her own VC firm, which is absolutely fascinating, Serena Ventures. She invests in companies that embrace diverse leadership, individual empowerment, creativity, and opportunity. All those great buzzwords, all that stuff that these two do behind the scenes that we're talking about today to promote equality, to celebrate resilience, and to give back. Billie Jean, how has your relationship with Serena? I feel like you guys first met way back in, 1988 at a World Team Tennis Clinic?
Oh, that was so much fun that day because Serena, I remember your dad, Richard, was there, your mom, Oracene, Venus was there, your sister. Actually, Venus was first in line because she's the older one by 15 months. And we were doing volleys, and Oracene was down next to the line when I was trying to help you with volleys. And I saw you hit volleys. And then later, we saw you two hit balls, and the audience was in awe. We had about 1,200 kids that day. It was crazy. It was wonderful. And I just remember seeing you, Serena, and going, wow. And I knew then that you had the extra. You had it. And it's been great to see you grow and become who you are through the years and the great champion that you are and continue to be on and off the court.
Serena, I know you've got your little pal, Olympia,
I have my intern here
by your side. She's so precious, and you've done such a great job just sharing motherhood with us. How has being a mom, how have you evolved in terms of your career and just balancing everything that you have to do?
It's definitely been interesting, and it's been a challenge, but it's been like a welcome challenge. You know what I mean? Like, I just love that I have to juggle this. Like, I'll be in a Grand Slam, and then next thing you know, I'm putting my daughter to sleep at 9 o'clock, where I'm waking up, and it's something that I wouldn't trade for anything because, it's moments that you don't want to forget, and I don't ever want to look back in a few years and say, like, gosh, I wish I had more time to do that. And so it's definitely not easy to juggle, but I enjoy, the juggling game. I always have, and I just feel like I wouldn't have it any other way.
Serena, I want to ask you about this hashtag Be Seen, Be Heard initiative in your fashion brand. What's behind that?
Well, there's so much that's important. I feel like a lot of people are either seen and not heard, and a lot of people are heard, but not necessarily seen. And so I felt like it was such a good, opportunity to be seen and be heard at the same time, because we have big messages to say sometimes, and we have some things that really need to be in a great platform and needs to be heard. And I feel like we live in a time where we have an opportunity where we can be heard and be seen at the same time. And honestly, it just was this moment where we just came up with this, and it not only was it great, but it was also inspiring. And above all, we want to always do, when we're creating our brand, I want to create something that just inspires people. It's not necessarily just about selling.
And the thing is, too, that all of that has to come from a personal place, right, Serena? So what is it in your life that has made you so passionate about that, especially as a woman, be seen, be heard?
Well, I feel like there were definitely times in my career where I wasn't quite heard and I was only seen and but not necessarily heard behind the scenes. And so I feel like you're right. There definitely comes from a personal place, but how do I amplify that vision and that voice in a positive way where people can just take everything that happened to me and make it a little better? So that's kind of where it came from.
And do you remember the first time, I don't know if it was one moment or gradual, where you, Serena, really learned to use your voice, where you understood the power of your voice?
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm still learning to use my voice, and I feel like it's not just a destination. I think we're all on a journey, whereas we still are always learning our voice. We're learning to use it, and we have to continue to exercise it so we don't lose it. So it's something that you have to continue to do throughout your career, throughout your life, just to make sure it stays. Because the minute you slack back is a moment where you can feel like, oh, that slipped under when you didn't want something to slip under your nose, so to say. So there isn't a particular moment that I recall where I was like, oh, I really miss my voice. But I know that there is a moment where I don't want to forget to use it.
Yeah, that's very well said. And Billie Jean, I mean, this is what you've been known for, using your voice. I mean, 50 years ago, you led the original nine, that group of nine women who stood up to the inequality and prize money and led to the formation of the WTA. I know in July you're going to be inducted as a group into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. How did you guys come together as a group and understand that your voice would be so powerful?
Well, I happen to have a photo of the original nine. This was taken September 23rd, 1970. And this is the birth of women's professional tennis as you know it today. And I also have the names of the original nine. There they are. And we did it as a team. It was a lot of work, and it was worth it. The most important thing we talked about before we made this decision, because when we signed that $1 contract with Gladys Hellman, we were willing to give up our careers. We're willing to give up everything, and we're only in our 20s. So a lot of us were right at the height of our careers. So it was a really, actually it was an easy decision, but we knew the consequences could be really tough. But here are the three things we talked about that really meant the most to us. This was the dream. The dream was that any girl born in this world, if she was good enough, would have a place to compete and play. Number two, that she'd be appreciated for her accomplishments, not just her looks. And number three, that we would be able to make a living, that she would be able to make a living. Because before that, when we were amateurs, we made $14 a day. And then at the beginning of professional tennis in 1968, for instance, Rod Laver won the first Wimbledon in 1968 in pro tennis, open tennis, and he got 2,000 pounds. And I won Wimbledon in 1968 and got 750 pounds. So I was around 37.5% of what Rod was getting. And already you could tell that things were going to be going south for women. We had less and less places to play. We had less and less money, and it looked as if we were going to be out of here. And my former husband had told me, Larry's his name, Larry King. No, not that one. Larry said, when tennis goes professional, the men will try to get rid of you. And I said, no, they won't. No, the men won't want to get rid of us because they're my friends. And he says, Billie, I'm telling you, the Old Boy Network will just not want you. And Larry was right, and I was totally wrong. And that was very hurtful. It was a real tough time. And I wanted the men and women to be together in everything we did. And the reason for that is because we're more powerful together, not only on the court and what our entertainment value, but also what we could do off the court, how we could make the world a better place. And people, when I would say that, just thought, well, we don't care. So it's all about the money. And so through the years, it's been difficult. But what happened because of the original nine as well, we're able to get everyone together eventually, and I founded the Women's Tennis Association. in 1973, about 4 days before Wimbledon in 1973, which was a very pivotal year because I also played Bobby Riggs that year.
Serena, what are your thoughts when you hear that?
It's such a fantastic story, and just that's what it feels like, a fairy tale. You see, this is stuff that you just read about in books, but you don't really live it. And that's what is so fantastic about Billy and everyone that was a part of that original 9 that was able to stand up. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all.
I couldn't help but think, Serena, when she's talking about Billie Jean with these 8 other people and what they accomplished together, I couldn't help but think of you and your sister as a tandem and everything that the 2 of you have accomplished together. When did you realize the kind of impact that you were having, literally changing the face of the sport of tennis?
Yeah, it's been incredible. We didn't really think of the impact that we would have. We just, obviously we see the impact now. And at some point we thought about it. At some point we thought, wow, that this is bigger than us. This is bigger than what we ever thought that we could do. And we were just 2 girls growing up Compton and wanting to play tennis and be the best at what we were doing. And there's so much that comes with that. And when you're young, you really don't think about it. You just think about playing, going out there and doing what you do best. But ultimately, we really are honored to wear it and to carry it and to bear it. And we've never shied away from it. It's always been something that we've definitely enjoyed and leaned into.
And that's what real leaders do. They embrace it. They understand their impact and they embrace it. And speaking of leaders, I mean, the Billie Jean King Leadership Initiative, that's so cool. Can you share with us what you're doing as, we're talking about giving back here?
Well, what we do is we work with organizations. We've worked with people like Salesforce, Starbucks, and everything to try to create programs for them and also find out about their culture and report back to the CEO. How can they improve to have more DE&I, more diversity, equity, and inclusion. So those things are very important. Another thing we do is we help fund organizations that are trying to improve in the DE&I, especially local ones and particularly women and women of color. We try to help. And then number 3, we also commission research. And the latest research we just did was girls' leadership. Just asking, white girls, Asians, Hispanic, and all, who really wants to be a leader when they step up. And actually the white girls came in last, which I thought they would because we've had it better, but we still have a long way to go. And one of the things is we're trying to really try to stress is that when women lead, they lead everyone. They don't just lead women. And here's what happens to women all the time. And I'd like everyone to think about this. When you look at women and we do something, you just automatically think we do it just for women. But when a male does something, I don't ever hear, oh, thanks what you did for the guys. So I'd like you to start turning your thinking, and particularly women do this because we're usually the worst when it comes to ourselves, is that when we lead for everyone, not just girls.
So on the subject of companies, Serena, what you have done, you launched a VC firm and you invest in a certain kind of companies. I touched on it in the intro, but tell us about that.
Yeah, so we launched Serena Ventures, and I've actually been investing in companies for over 7 years now. So I knew when I started early that I wanted to invest in women because I learned early on that less than 2% of VC funding was going to women. And I thought, is that for real or is that like a joke? Is that a joke? It has to be a joke, but it was actually real. In fact, when I first was told it, I thought someone had misspoken. I thought that, can't be right. And then I learned that even probably less than 1% was going to women of color and people of color. So of course I'm like, me. And, so I felt very strongly that the only way that we could change the story and the narrative was to be the person writing the checks, because if the same people writing the checks, they're going to go to the same people. And you read all these articles now that are coming out recently that the more diversity you have, the better your company will be. and the
Mm-hmm.
high performance that we'll have. So we knew this years ago, but we started investing. I started investing, and then we just launched our fund um, about early this year, or late last year, like December of last year. We just launched, and so yeah, so we're doing good. We're really excited about it, and we hope to make other people excited by investing in their company.
Have you seen
That's
a trend towards more socially responsible investing? Has that been your
I have.
experience?
I absolutely have. The only thing that concerns me is I just want to make sure that it's not just a check in the box, just to make sure, like, oh, we have, you know, $1 billion invest. Okay, we'll check the box if we donate, 1% of that. And that's not what we're doing. What we're
Right.
doing is trying to say that should be split differently, because you should have people on your team, you should have people in your office that are looking at all kinds of deals and all kinds of companies from all kinds of backgrounds.
Billie Jean, and we've talked about this in the past about on a corporate level, what needs to happen to ensure that we grow in the areas of equality and diversity. What do you think is the most important?
the kids today, the Gen Zs, the millennials, they want to work for companies that really want inclusion and diversity and equity. They also will leave they'll just leave in a heartbeat. And I know that Chuck Robbins, your leader, your CEO, has done a great job trying to work hard on inclusion. I know you have 4 out of 11 board of directors now are women, and the magic number is 3 to start having an opinion and be heard. So that's on its way in the right direction. So it sounds like you have great leadership, and it's really important that you have an environment, which it sounds like you do at Cisco, and that is where people can come to work or be on their, now they're not coming to work, but wherever they are, they can be their authentic self. And that's the way you are optimum level, when you're at your authentic self.
Serena, I just see you nodding your head. And what really resonates with you with what Billie Jean was saying?
Well, she's right. They need to not just be at the table warming a seat. They need to be making decisions. And that is so, so true. And that's exactly what we do at Serena Ventures, is we make sure that we saw companies where men have put women in the seats as a CEO, and they're not on the cap tables, and that's just something that they're doing. So it's important to do your due diligence to make sure that everything is looks as what it is. But it's so important, because that's why we want to write the checks, because as Billy said, unless someone like me or like us are writing the checks, and things aren't going to change. But we are able to see different things, and that's why it's important to have men, to have women, to have people of color, to have everyone in your company, to make sure that you don't miss out on any major, amazing opportunities.
I know that, you two are like icons in the tennis world, but I literally feel like I'm talking to 2 CEOs here, right? Because we're talking about real like business and change, and how critical is it? And maybe you can explain your journey as an athlete, right? You have your head down, you're winning all these titles. I mean, the amount of concentration, just everything you had to do that. But now you're also just doing all these other amazing things and really hitting at the core of the root causes of equality and diversity. How have you made the journey from being an athlete to now being really at the ground floor of making these important things happen?
Yeah, so for me, I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to play tennis, but I always have done different things. I went to fashion school in between winning Wimbledon and U.S. Opens. I would be in school, and then then I went to business school, for a couple of years. And so I think for me it was just definitely something innate that I always knew that I wanted to do something different, and in particular in the business space, whether it would start up my own fashion company or whether be a CEO of something. So I knew that was that, and yeah, it worked out. Then I started positioning myself in the right places, asking the right questions, and I think one thing that I have an advantage of, and Billy as well, is that we worked hard, and we have this. Actually, let me rephrase that: everyone works hard, but we were able to do what we do and able to create a name, and so it opened up different doors that not everyone is privy to. So I wanted to make sure that I took advantage of that, and to make sure that I wasn't just sitting back and warming a seat.
I know we have to wrap up here, but Serena, you said something recently on Twitter that I thought was so powerful. And you said that you really want your daughter to grow up in a society that is driven by respect. What needs to happen for that part of your dream as a mother to come true?
Well, a lot needs to happen. People just have to respect each other and just look out for each other and one another and love thy neighbor, right? So I just feel like it's so simple, but it's also very complicated. So it's really important to really take that to heart and to just really think about the next person and how would you feel? How would you feel, or how are you feeling? And you never really know really what people are going through. And it's just really, I'm teaching my daughter to respect other people, and that's how I want her to grow up, because that's the very least that I can do. And yeah, I think that's what we should just all try our best to do.
I think that's beautifully said. Instead of judge, take a step back and really be considerate and understand that you don't know what everyone's going through, and have compassion.
Right.
One last question, and I'd ask you guys to just wrap this up fairly quickly, but maybe one dream that you have for the coming year along these lines of what we've talked about.
Well, my first and probably main hope is that we get through this COVID crisis and that people can be with their loved ones more and really be with people. I can't tell you how much I miss seeing people and giving people hugs, being close to them. And I always learn more when I'm around people, just sitting around people telling their stories, because everyone has a story to tell. And everyone's story is really, really interesting. And if you're getting bored with someone's story, it means we probably haven't asked the right question, because everyone's story is really interesting once you really sit with somebody and get to know them. So I really miss that. But the main thing is health, because health is wealth. There is no question. And also, I think we should be very thankful to IT, because I was thinking if we'd had COVID back in the old days, back in even the 70s, before we had fax machines, we had our first portable telephone that weighed 2.5 pounds, and you could only use it for 30 minutes, and you had to charge it for 10 hours. We didn't have what we have today. Can you imagine what would have happened to business, to communication, to seeing each other, grandparents seeing their grandchildren without IT? So I'm very thankful to people like you at Cisco, because you made it possible for us to continue to stay connected and also get business done and to thrive in very, very difficult situations. But my first hope is, of course, that everyone be healthy and let's get through COVID. Another thing is that when I think we really need to think about show up, stand up, and speak up. Every one of you matters and you count. And you never know where a great idea is going to come from. It can come from an intern. It can come from your CEO. It can come from middle management. Someone who's worked for the company for one day or 25 years. So you don't know. So it's important that we actively listen, that we respect each other, and we're kind and good to ourselves and to others as well.
All right, Serena and I are both smiling at that one. That's pretty good. Serena, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I just feel like I feel so honored to just be even everything that we've been through the last year. It's like, wow, I think we all have taken a step back and look at our lives and just are grateful for moments. And so for me, I just dream of spending every moment I can with my family and those near to me. And that's really all I could hope for.
Well, it's really been a pleasure to be with you guys virtually. I'm so glad that we could come together. Thank you for your wisdom, and really thanks so much to both of you for how powerfully you're impacting our world. You've been doing it for decades, both of you, Billie Jean, a little bit longer, and oh my gosh, your voices are so strong, and everything that the two of you are doing, so much respect. We're so grateful to have been with you today and very grateful to Cisco for this conversation. Thanks.
You never know where a great idea is going to come from. I've experienced this so many times in my life. How inspiring is that opportunity to experience Serena, Billie Jean, and Hannah and all of their experiences and perspectives. Hey, big shout out again, Anytime Sessions. If you love that session and there's other sessions you want to catch, you can always sign up on the Anytime Sessions and watch sessions at your own leisure. If you want to be able to do that, you need to go to ciscolive.com/2021. So again, ciscolive.com/2021. And while you're in there, again, in our local languages, we've got 7 languages for Asia Pacific there for you. So simplified traditional Chinese, Japanese, Korean, total of 7 languages so that you can get all the support you need. I hope that that's something that you're taking advantage of. We're getting good feedback on the quality of the artificial intelligence-driven translation. Seema, do you want to tell us about some more on that website?
Absolutely. So one thing I haven't actually mentioned today is that when you go down to the World of Solutions and had a chance to play with all the demos, go and check out the Cisco store. So you'll be able to get some fun, exclusive Cisco Live 2021 merchandise. So go check it out. There's caps and T-shirts and cups and stickers. So go and treat yourself is what I say. And don't forget to be on ciscolive.com/2021 if you want to get the full immersive experience. And if you want those deep technical sessions on the paid channels, you have to upgrade to the All Access Pass. Just a reminder about social media, make sure you join the conversation with us on #CiscoLive and also at Cisco Live APJC. Don't forget to tag us. Love all the posts that are coming through. Thanks, Sanjay. I'm glad to hear that you're having a great learning experience. Now with that, I'd like to throw to a few videos. Enjoy.
My name is Uwais Iqbal. This is my 13th year working at Cisco. I have the honor of leading the systems engineering team based out of Canada, but I was born in Karachi. Then I moved to Canada in 2000. Then I started engaging myself within my own community, which is the Canadians of Pakistani origin community. This is where I met with Daniel Mark. That was very moving for me. He's the French Canadian who moved to Pakistan about 30 years ago to serve the deaf community. These kids, even their cousins, people around them, they won't talk to them because they think that they don't understand, they cannot connect with anything. So then I started using my influence in my community to get this story out. We were able to raise 200,000 Canadian dollars to support these children. Now when the kids are going to deaf reach school, they're learning the sign language, they have more understanding of the world, they know how to use technology. So far we have placed 8,000 people to different workplaces. If you start doing something small within your own community, the easiest thing is look around you who is in need. Once you take the first step, believe me, you will see that one door will open another door, and then there's so much that you can do that you will never stop yourself, that you're not just living life for yourself, you gotta always think beyond yourself.
Between a life in silence and one full of opportunity, there's Uwais Iqbal.
Greatness accepts no lag, no delay, no excuses. It lives in the tiny space between milliseconds and nanoseconds, between memes and legends, between tears and tears. And when margins that small make an impact this big, nothing less than the speed and dependability of the Cisco network will do.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those 2 videos. Our next session is personally really exciting to me. We're on a world that is rolling out 5G. In many of our countries, we now have private 5G bandwidth as well. And we also have the incredible capabilities of Wi-Fi 6. both technologies have such important possibilities for us as we build solutions, particularly as we move into these hybrid working environments where our people are connecting in all different environments. And we as engineers, we need to maintain their experience and maintain their experience with applications. So this next session is fabulous. It really looks at that challenge between Wi-Fi 6 and 5G. And it doesn't need to be a challenge. The two can work together extremely well. So I hope you enjoyed this next session. Remember, a big call out, there's a lot of technology coming up. If you want captioned local language in your country, go to ciscolive.com/2021. Enjoy.
I'm Batman with 5G.
Masoom, we spoke about this. I'm Batman.
If you are Batman, I'm also Batman, and it's two different powers. You gotta do something about it, Greg.
Masoom, I have an extra mask. I have my cape on. I'm Batman with Wi-Fi 6.
I have an idea for you, Greg. Why don't I transform myself? I become the Superman with 5G power.
All right, you can be Superman. I can be Batman. We have a deal. Let's go, Masoom. Let's go.
Great, let's put our superpowers together. Why don't I first start with the superpowers of 5G? 5G is around the corner. I know that some of you already have a 5G phone. You're experiencing this amazing experience on your phone. It's not mythical anymore. You can get 20 megabit to 100 megabit, almost a gigabit connection on your mobile phone. Isn't it amazing what it actually means? With 5G technology, you can have super high definition video on the move. Not only that, you can actually do real-time work on a mobile network. We don't stop there with 5G innovation. 5G also brings ultra reliability as well as built-in security with this technology. 5G helps you to build a network that can be small in nature, covering few hundred feet. You can go as wide as few miles. So it's going to provide a wide range of use cases with its broad reach. 5G also comes with this capability to scale massively. It's designed for machine to machine. You can have millions of devices in a small environment, in highly concentrated areas. 5G is designed and evolved to support your enterprise applications, also industrial applications, obviously, to bring the superpower back into our mobile phones so we can do more cool, high definition stuff on our mobile phone. Most importantly, 5G is also opening up a new paradigm. Up until now, in every mobile communication, it was a privilege of very few. We could only get 4G service from few carriers. 5G around the world is also coming with the standard approach. So you can use the 5G technology not only to build your public network to connect your phone and tablets, but also you can build your own network, which we call the private network. Around the world, with the 5G spectrum being available in wide range of frequencies, it's also now available for private consumption beside the public networks. So these are awesome powers that's coming with 5G. It's right around the corner. And a lot more innovation is about to happen with 5G.
Those are some amazing superpowers. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you not just fiction, but fact about what's in Wi-Fi 6. And let me remove my mask here and get to the facts. You heard some amazing superpowers from Masoom. What does Wi-Fi 6 have to offer? Let me start with 628 million Wi-Fi hotspots and about 30 billion connected devices, almost there in 2023. The cool thing about any Wi-Fi hotspot is that it's backward and forward compatible. So you don't necessarily need to have a phone that has a Wi-Fi 6 chip to get connected to a Wi-Fi 6 network. It's going to get connected. So everything is compatible. And in that huge ecosystem, Cisco is the absolute market leader in Wi-Fi 6 in wireless access and in access, right? Like end-to-end market leadership. And so we can literally shape the industry along with you in this journey. And one of the things we are doing to shape this journey is this cool innovation that we led and is now standardized, that's open roaming. What's open roaming? Well, oftentimes you're taking a call in your car, hopefully when it's parked in the parking lot like I do, and you get outside the car and you want to walk into the building because the call is now over. And as you walk in, the call drops. And why is that? Because seamless handoff between Wi-Fi 6 and 5G is hard today. These are two ships in the night. And for that, you need to be first always on in any Wi-Fi network, whether it's your company's or it's a guest network or it's your home network. And open roaming is the starting of the journey where it gets you on the Wi-Fi network first. And once you're on Wi-Fi network, then and you're on seamlessly, we can begin to work with 5G around these handoffs. It's the beginning of a journey, and that's what we are doing. But let me now double click a little bit and show you what's underneath these innovations in my Batmobile. Masum, I'm not talking about kryptonite, right? It's about the Cat 9K access stack. That's what I'm talking about. It's there end-to-end and ready. 3 pillars. First, you reimagine connections for a pervasive environment where users and things can connect and roam seamlessly. What do we have there? We have the Cat 9K Wi-Fi 6 access point. The suite is now complete with the outdoor Wi-Fi 6 access point shipping in a few weeks. And then you have the Cat 9K switches. And you have the reliable Cat 9K core switches, the Cat 9K wireless LAN controller, and there you have it. That's the first pillar to reimagine connection, an end-to-end Cat 9K access suite. On top of that, we reinforce security. And we do that with continuous trusted identity-based access using our Cisco ICE software suite in partnership with Cisco DNA Center. And finally, an awesome IT experience with Cisco DNA Center and Cisco DNA Spaces. That's the end-to-end suite, right? But Batmobile is cool and all, and you're asking, Greg, what's the outcome here? What's new and different because of all of this with Wi-Fi 6? Well, let me talk to you about some supported use cases. Let's start with immersive learning because, I'm sure a lot of our kids are home, and that's an environment that's a permanent shift. AR, VR is here to stay. And what does that do? It really needs massive throughput and sub 50 millisecond latency. That's what immersive learning requires. And what does Wi-Fi 6 with mGig switches give you? It gives you 20 times the capacity of what Wi-Fi 4 used to do, 20 times. And so you will be ready for immersive learning if you go Wi-Fi 6 with mGig switches, right? Digital health, well, that's telemedicine, right? And that's all about quality and reliability and throughput. And that throughput that I spoke about, what does it do for telemedicine? Well, you can download 30 HD images in a minute, 30 high definition MRI scans in a minute. That's what Wi-Fi 6 with mGig switches can do for you. And then as we go back to work with the vaccine now here, digital collaboration, right? Some of us will go back to work, some of us are going to be at home, and it's going to be a very collaborative environment. And what do you need for that? Ultra high definition video. And Wi-Fi 6 with the Cat 9K mGig switches, it can give you 3 times the capacity for UHD than what your Wi-Fi 4 or even your Wi-Fi 5 environment can give you today. 3 times the capacity. Get ready for video, get ready for digital collaboration. And finally, smart building, right? It's not just about connectivity. It's about lots of connected IoT devices. It's about the experience for workers walking into that smart building in the future. And actually, let me double click and tell you a little bit of what you need to do for smart building as people get back to work. First of all, automation and optimization, right? I was just talking to some of my customers who are trying to automate it such that everything is zero touch, not just for people, but also for things, right? Like, so you want to see if your lighting can be automated. You want to see if you can have sensors so that the experience and telemetry that you're getting for your cooling systems can be automated. That's the automation and compliance that you need for smart building. User experience, right? We go back in, it's almost been a year since we went back in this week, school starting for my son, as an example. And when these students or consumers or workers go back in, you want a safe experience for them, right? Where are the meeting rooms? Which part of the building is open? Can you navigate them to that? And with Cisco DNA Spaces, you can do that. That's part two. And when you do all of that, the third pillar here is just building foundation and compliance, right? It's almost like a utility, if you will, right? Like networking. And so you really need to treat it very seriously and be fully compliant. And finally, it's safety and security. In case there's an exposure, you want to track in a very privacy compliant way, and you can do that. And you want to guide people generally to be safe, right? Like, and you can do that with our networking suite. And security, you're reading the news about all of these hacks that are happening at various levels. And security is super important and top of mind, and any smart building suite need to do this. So how do we do this with the Cat9K access stack that I spoke about? Well, what we want to do is really give you the switches and the APs and the controllers, the hardware suite for your IT team to connect, secure, and automate. How do we do that? Reimagine connections. We started the journey with switches and access points. And with smart buildings, what we're now saying is, hey, we need Cisco DNA Spaces to manage your IoT devices, right? And some of those gateways can be containers on the Cat9K switch or the Cat9K AP, and it's completely seamlessly managed with Cisco DNA Spaces. That's an evolution we had to do. And with UPOE Plus, with 90 watts of capacity, if you need to do smart lighting solutions or any smart power solutions, that's there for you inbuilt into the Cat9K access stack now. So that's the change we had to do for Reimagine Connections. On the security side, we started with access control. We did a giant leap with software-defined access and zero trust access. And now what we're giving you is AI-driven security, right? Endpoint analytics. And so lots of IoT devices that are connected to your network, you need visibility first and foremost. That's what Cisco DNA Center in combination with Cisco ICE is going to give you with endpoint analytics. And then with that analytics, you can take action, right? Segment it, secure it, and the other actions that you need to do. So a complete 360, but it starts with visibility, which is why we use AI and machine learning to give you that visibility. And then on the user experience side, automated orchestration, whether it's Meraki or Cisco DNA Center, we gave automated orchestration, then we moved to assurance, wireless health, Cisco DNA Assurance. That was a software suite we did. And now what's new is application experience. Cisco Thousand Eyes integration on the Cat9K access stack means if you have a Cat9K switch and Cisco DNA Advantage, you can start using Thousand Eyes and enjoy the application experience and assurance that that software suite is going to give you. So that's a little bit of that journey that we are in to give you that experience for a smart building with Cat9K access stack on connections, on security, and on user experience, the IT experience. I've been talking a while, and Batman likes to be cool as well. So why don't we switch and look at a cool video that brings some of what I said to life.
Safe, smart, sustainable and secure buildings power the future of work. As locations around the world prepare to reopen, let's look at how Cisco's Catalyst Access Stack will shape the next generation of workplaces. We will do this by following Arjun, who is returning to his office 2 days a week. As he enters the building, he passes under a Meraki camera that captures foot traffic in and out of the building. Data from the camera is sent to Cisco DNA Spaces, which shows building capacity by the number of entries and exits. Workplace Resources can monitor the number of people allowed to enter the building based on preset thresholds. As Arjun settles into a workspace, the physical location of his devices are periodically tracked by Wi-Fi access points. Cisco DNA Spaces uses the data aggregated from cameras and access points to create rich insights for improving safety and operational efficiency. For example, if too many people gather in a specific area for extended periods of time, Workplace Resources can dispatch the cleaning team or reconfigure the space. Notifications can be sent via SMS, email or WebEx using configurable DNA Spaces alerts. Arjun often meets in shared conference rooms with Cisco WebEx room kits. These kits can actively monitor the number of people and their location in the room to ensure safe, socially distanced meetings. Clearly, we can monitor and help provide a safe workplace, but what people wear is up to them. Now that we saw Arjun's day back in the office, let's take a look at how Cisco's Catalyst 9000 access points, Cisco DNA spaces, wireless sensors, and integrated workplace management solution partners are enabling business and IT teams to create smart and intuitive spaces. The real estate planning team gains visibility into how facilities are truly being utilized by understanding occupancy trends at the building, floor, room, and desk level. Armed with this data, they can ensure spaces across their real estate portfolio are effectively utilized and find opportunities to consolidate underutilized spaces to reduce costs. Your buildings become sustainable and energy efficient with the Catalyst 9000 series 90-watt power over Ethernet PoE switches. The PoE window shade sensors monitor the position of the sun in real time and automatically adjust shades to maximize natural daylight and adjust brightness of the PoE ceiling lights. When needed, the shades adjust to reduce glare from the sun, which helps reduce solar heat gain, thereby reducing air conditioning needs and increasing energy efficiency. This data is continuously fed back to the building management systems to help monitor luminance and drive energy savings. Cisco's software-defined access with Cisco Identity Services Engine delivers continuous trusted access for this new breed of endpoints. You can securely segment the network and minimize risk, contain threats, and maintain compliance by identifying all endpoints and granting appropriate access with dynamic rule enforcement. You can realize these outcomes and more with Cisco's Catalyst Access Stack. The end-to-end Catalyst Access Stack addresses the care-abouts of every stakeholder of a modern workplace. We've also created an open partner ecosystem for both IoT devices and third-party applications. Just so that our customers can rapidly discover and activate devices on the Cisco stack and deploy apps that will drive industry-specific business outcomes at scale. Welcome to the workplace of the future, powered by Cisco's Catalyst Access Stack. Safe, smart, sustainable, and secure.
This is such an amazing use case. Now, as we talk about the superpowers of 5G, can you think about 5G in isolation? Not at all. You just saw on the video how the business is transforming. You're going into an all-digital world in a highly secure environment. So 5G cannot be sitting in the island. We need to bring our forces together. What Batman just showed us. Greg, the innovation that you're doing in enterprise and innovation that's coming together with Wi-Fi 6, we have to think about 5G as an integral part of that journey. We're going to make the superpower of what's happening in enterprise, what's happening in Wi-Fi 6, and what's happening with 5G, bringing it all together. So when you think about connection, it's about connecting you through any medium. You can connect over a Wi-Fi, you can connect over a LAN connection or a Wi-Fi connection. When you think about security, you have to secure anywhere. Doesn't matter if I'm connected over a mobile network or a Wi-Fi network. And also, when you think about experience, all the awesome experience that our end users and the IT operators are getting, we have to bring that type of experience for 5G as well. And this is exactly what we are working together. How do we bring this immersive experience, this digital transformation of our businesses, not in isolation, but together? But there is a little bit more. It's not about your employees or machines or IoTs sitting within your enterprise. They can be anywhere. So opportunity in front of us with 5G is the awesome technology and innovation that you just saw in Greg's video. How do you expand it beyond your enterprise network when you're in the public network? How do you make your machines move from enterprise network to public network back into enterprise network? The Cisco's innovation in the 5G area is amazing. It's built on the foundation of a robust platform. We have today our mobile packet core technology powering billion plus users around the world. On the mobile IoT front, we have the market leading platform with #1 market share, more than 170 million active connection, leading the market with more sophisticated mobile IoT use cases like in connected cars, smart cities, smart utilities. We don't stop there. We are also innovating fast. Our technology has been powering the world's very first nationwide deployment of 5G, both for people connection for your iPhone 12, as well as for machine-to-machine and IoT. Our 5G also comes with foundational innovation. It's a ground up built with microservices architecture, which allows our operators and enterprises to adopt and embrace cloud operation. And you can actually imagine a complete autonomous environment fitting underneath the journey that you just saw in the video just in front of us. Now, when you think about 5G, what it is applicable, how we are going to apply into multiple use cases of the 5G, that's also something that we have to look at, and how we're going to tackle these multiple opportunities across multiple segments leveraging 5G. It's going to help us augment our capabilities of Wi-Fi within both operation technologies as well as IT technology stack. But beyond that, 5G is also going to bring tremendous amount of mobile experience, 5 to 10 times better experience on the public network. And also for IoT, now 5G is going to allow us to provide a seamless connection, a secure seamless connection, both in private network as well as public network. This is very unique, and this is why we call 5G is for everyone. This is a cross-segment opportunity. It's going to help transform how we do business as a service providers, how do we consume this technology as IT or operational technologies within industries and also within enterprises. Huge opportunity in front of us, but 5G is not going to be a standalone technology. It's super important that we have this superpower coming from 5G, superpower coming from Wi-Fi. How do we bring it together and create this super duper power?
So Masoom, what you're saying is really, while we are excited about the radio technology, right, whether it's 5G or Wi-Fi 6, is really about more than the radio, right? It's about obviously seamless connectivity, but it's about security. It's about the best experience. And what we are telling you here today is Cisco's got you, whether it's Wi-Fi 6, which is here and now, or it's 5G, which is around the corner. Don't worry about it. We're going to get it. But consume the stack you're consuming today. Cat9K, Cisco DNA Center, the mobile packet core, Cisco I, Cisco DNA Spaces. And we're going to make sure that these technologies seamlessly work with the software suite that you have today, that you're buying today. And 5G and Wi-Fi 6, it's going to happen for you. Super excited about it. But really, at the end of the day, it's not about the radio technology, but about the services on top that Superman and Batman's most interested in. Right, Masoom?
Exactly. So we are going to put our forces together, bringing the superpower of 5G technology and Wi-Fi 6 technology, and bring the simplicity and the digital transformation journey that's unprecedented. And we are here to take that journey with you.
And there you have it, right? Whether it's 5G or Wi-Fi 6, Cisco's got you. And it's the same software suite, the same Cat9K access stack, the same mobile packet core that you buy today. That's going to give you all that you need in the future. And if you want to learn more, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Here on the screen, you're going to see a few resources. You can click, you can visit, or of course, you always can call your sales team to learn more about what we spoke about. And that's it. Right? I'm really looking forward to seeing some of you in person. I can't wait for that in a few months from now. But until then, Masoom and Greg signing off, and hope you enjoyed our session.
How did you feel about that session? We would love to know. So you can do surveys. If you're on CiscoLive.com/2021 and you've logged in, underneath your name, if you do the drop-down menu, you'll find a place which says My Surveys. And we're really keen to hear what your experiences are. We use those surveys to design the next Cisco Live. So again, it's really key. We would love to hear what it is that you're experiencing in that talk and all the sessions that you've seen. Now, let's go and watch a great customer video. This one's near and dear to my heart. It's close to where we're broadcasting from now. This is the Salvation Army here in Australia. And a small team of security experts within Salvation Army really wanted to change the game as their world has become more and more digital. And so this is a customer story all about how the Salvation Army has rolled out Cisco's SecureX. And remember, a big call out if you want local language support, you can get that at CiscoLive.com/2021 and select the captions. Let's watch the customer.
$18 a day. That's the average spending money for thousands of people who come to the Salvation Army seeking help.
Through our 150 years of mission delivery at grassroots, we've been able to build our significant trust with our supporters and also the people who we serve. Trust is gold to the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army is faced with the challenge of digital transformation, and it's important for our donors and also for the people we serve that we have strong security and that we protect all that data.
When I came on board, there was 10,000 staff, around 2,000 sites, multiple data centres. For my team of 3 people, our mission was to reduce that complexity, bring in simplicity wherever we could. And to do that, we needed a force multiplier. And for us, that was Cisco. We worked together to develop a roadmap that we could reduce this complexity in these different products and bring it all into the one ecosystem controlled by Cisco Threat Response. The advantage of the Cisco technology is it comes under the SecureX Threat Response dashboard that talks to these different products, email, web, endpoint, and cloud security, and allows you to have that complete visibility in one place. With this technology now deployed, it was amazing how we could then see the events happening across the network and respond to them in real time and get that actionable intelligence.
Firstly, we have a sense of relief that security is there. And that's why we need partners like Cisco who are experts in this area. We know that whatever the circumstances that people face, the Salvation Army is well positioned to hear it, to see, and to respond to the mission. And it's all built upon trust.
Introducing a big announcement from Cisco. One aim to simplify your cybersecurity.
Okay, wait right there. Cybersecurity is anything but simple.
We know, and we've been working for over a decade to create a platform to integrate all your security solutions. It's called Cisco SecureX.
Okay.
Now we're making the names of our products simpler to understand.
Okay, let me guess. Some cyber macho name like War Vulture, Malware Destroyer.
Scary, and no.
Well then, it's some complicated alphanumeric naming system like BS-867-5309 Next Generation Threat Thumper.
Not that either. We said the names are easy to understand.
Here it comes.
The name is what the product does.
Wait, that sounds helpful. And
simple? Exactly. Need email security? Get Cisco Secure Email. Want to protect your users' laptops? There's Cisco Secure Endpoint, and so forth.
Okay, but wait. Now there's even more new names?
Nope, half as many. These names are just the new names for the simpler, better product system we've been developing for years.
So now it's easier for me to understand what each Cisco security product does, how they work together, and how to get what I need?
You said it.
Well, how'd you come up with that?
Simple. We listened to folks like you and a lot of experts.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Don't mention it. So that's the Cisco Secure product portfolio. It does what it says too. Helps you be secure. Cisco Secure.
Well, welcome back to the Innovation Channel if you haven't tuned in for a while. Our next session is all about security. And we've learned from the last 12 months with people working from home that security needs to be everywhere, and more importantly, it needs to be simple. And G. Rittenhouse, our Senior Vice President of Security Business, will show us how Cisco can really simplify your security strategy with SecureX and Secure Access Service Edge, also known as SASE, and Cisco Talos. So just remember, if you've got any questions during the session, please use the Q&A panel to the right of the video player. We've got our tech specialists available to you. Now with that, we'd like to send you over to G, who's going to give you a rundown about SecureX.
Hello, everyone. I'm G. Rittenhouse, and I run Cisco's security business. It's been almost a year, but wow, what a difference 12 months makes. And over this time, we've seen threats come in and attacks, and quite frankly, managing security has just become complex. So today, we're going to talk about the progress that Cisco has made to make security radically simple security. And security remains complex. The threats only continue to get more advanced and getting harder for you and your teams to manage. Remote work has fundamentally changed the way we do work, and people are coming on and off the network with devices that are managed or even have malware on them. And finally, so much of the security responsibility is now being placed on the users, not to click on something or manage their passwords, etc. So today we're going to go through these three challenges one by one and really show you what Cisco is doing to make it radically simpler. The first step in all of this is to start with the most comprehensive portfolio in the industry. And then we integrate all of this together to really create a very, very simple user experience. And finally, we add all the data analytics and machine learning to the platform, backed by Cisco Talos, the largest private sector security research group in the world. From an architectural perspective, the portfolio looks like this. We focus on four key areas: users, devices, networks, and applications, all market leaders in these spaces. And then we integrate them together with our unified platform, SecureX. This is an award-winning platform, and I'm going to show you some examples of how far we've gone over the last year. We're then reimagining access control, taking our zero trust position and really extending it beyond the login experience in what we call continuous trusted access. So today we're going to highlight these three innovations: SecureX, SASE in our networking piece, and zero trust passwordless experience. So let's get started. Let's first look at our customer that is now being attacked with all of these different alerts going on all over the place. And in this environment, they now have to search what's going on across all of these different portals. This is because the security posture is largely piecemeal. Our 2020 Cisco benchmark study that interviewed 3,000 CISOs showed that half of all legitimate alerts are not remediated, because moving from product to product and swivel chairing was very hard to make sense out of it, and they just, quite frankly, ran out of time. So complexity itself now is the vulnerability, and really can only be solved through automation and analytics. This is why last year we introduced SecureX, our cloud-native open platform that gives you the industry's best protection and simplest user experience. SecureX provides a unified view of your entire environment. You no longer have to jump between multiple dashboards and manage all of the conflicting alerts. And the great news is you already have it. It comes free with every Cisco purchase you make. To see the true power of this, let me walk you through a real-world example with the recent SolarWinds supply chain event that happened at the end of last year. This is one of the most sophisticated attacks in recent memory, and let's walk you through how that looks like in SecureX. The first thing that you'll notice in all of this is that we're actually not in the SecureX dashboard. In fact, we know that security professionals, researchers, and analysts collaborate highly together. And so what we did is we integrated SecureX into WebEx. And we've created a team space or a channel called Secure Operations Center, or our SOC. And this is where we're sitting here with the entire team. Now, we have downloaded the playbook for SolarWinds. You can get this on the Cisco site, and we've executed this in SecureX. So here we are in the channel, and up comes the result of that event. And you can see that in addition to finding something and says, yes, there are indicators of compromise in your environment, it also comes up with a few key results. We can investigate it. We can create an incident. We can auto remediate. So let's first take a look at what we do when we want to investigate it from WebEx. You click on the link right above, and here you are back in SecureX, your familiar home. There's all the events that are going on, and in that ribbon, there's everything you need to see about what's going on in that event. If you click on Investigate, we're now deep into the analytics, and you can see what's going on, when it happened, the devices that it's impacted, and quite frankly, in a very complete graphical interface, see exactly what's going on. In this case, it's pretty complex because it's a very sophisticated attack. We could zoom out of this and simplify it as well. But what I want to focus on is actually what has happened. There are two endpoints that have been compromised in this, one coming from accounting, one coming from reception. And as a result, we can now isolate them, do whatever we wanted to do from the SecureX dashboard. Let's return back to our SOC channel. We can also, from there, instead of doing the investigation, click on the incident itself. And when we do that, we then enter a different experience. This is built on our integration with ServiceNow. So now you have a ServiceNow ticket profile that has been automatically generated by SecureX. And so we can zoom in on the details here. The information is there. You can come in, you could launch SecureX from here or do something else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start to go down the remediation path that's automatically been generated for this event. When I click on that, I'm on the remediation page. I can go through, skim through the messaging, see what's going on there. And then at the end of all of this, I can come down and say, I'm going to either approve or reject. In this case, I approve. And from that, I'm now seeing this event being automatically approved back in the SOC channel. And you can see G has approved it. Here's what's going on. There are two endpoints. Umbrella is going to isolate things for us, etc. Back in ServiceNow, we also have a record of this. So we've added what has happened. G has auto-remediated. Here's what happened. So you have a permanent record of what's going on from the event. It's all right there, all in one spot. And so we, in just a few short clicks, we have been able to investigate and remediate one of the most sophisticated attacks in recent history. What an amazing experience SecureX is, and it's already integrated into every product that we have. And because of this, you can get up and running in just 15 minutes. It also makes collaboration easier with your teams, with saving an average of about 100 hours by just orchestrating all of the teams together in that channel. SecOps, NetOps, IT ops. And finally, it reduces the dwell time by 72% on average, automating the investigation tasks and really shortening the overall time spent on threat hunting and compliance. Let's take a turn for our second challenge. And when you see this, it's just the employees have left the building and everybody now is working from home. And we know that eventually people will return to the office. The reality is, though, that for a very long time, we're going to be in a hybrid work environment. And this is going to be here to stay. People will continue to work from home, from the office. They'll be bringing in devices, their own devices, managed devices, and going to applications in the cloud. Well, this is a net positive for the employee and for the organization. It really does expand the attack surface and adds a lot of complexity across the IT and security and networking teams. The industry is addressing this with a secure access service edge, or otherwise known as SASE. And while SASE is still relatively new to the industry, Cisco has been building the cloud infrastructure for quite some time. And in fact, when you take a look at it from both the security part and the networking piece, for the last 36 years, Cisco has worked with hundreds of thousands of companies like yourself to build the network that powers your business. And we've helped these same companies protect their users and devices and applications against the growing number of threats. So from our view, when we look at SASE and the real potential of SASE, we take these two great components and integrate them together. And if you want to see this in action, I suggest that you check out the keynotes that were presented during this event. Security plus applications. Now, even though we can do both, in this particular presentation, I'm going to focus on the security side. If you want to see the network and security piece, check out my iTalk with James Mobley, where we see the complete experience. So here we are. We're going into Umbrella, and we have a unique experience. We have Sally, who's an executive, who's just been assigned this new program, super secret, called Project X. Now, Sally and the team is distributed all over. They could be in the office, they could be work at home, but data loss protection is one of the key concerns for this project. This is a very, very important project, and one of the latest features on Umbrella is increased data loss protection capability. And again, we're able to do this in a very, very simple way. Normally, if you want to protect Sally and the team, you have to go across many, many different components in your security infrastructure. Here, I'm going to walk you through how easy it is in Umbrella. So we start off, we're in the Umbrella page, and we're coming down to defining what the data posture is that we're going to present here. So you have the entire thing. We put in Project X. You can come in, zoom in, and in that, we're going to have a data identifier called Cisco's Secret Project. We can put in a description of that, but we're going to add some terms that we're going to be searching for. In this case, we have three: Project X, New Project, and Secret Project. So that's all you need to do to have what we're going to be looking for and the name of the data classifier. From that perspective, we're all done. Now we're going to go up and take a look at applying that rule into Umbrella. So we go up there, we click on the protection policy. There we have it. Project X. We can add a description to it to say this is a super secret one. We're going to be monitoring all of the employees kind of going through this on this project. If you scroll down, what is the action we want to do? You can either monitor or block. In this case, we're going to monitor. And then we can go down and say, like, the identities of it. What are we going to do? Who does it apply to? We're going to apply it to the employees. They're already on Umbrella because the enterprise is on Umbrella. And the enterprise has 3 networks on Umbrella. And so we're going to apply it to the computers, and we're going to apply it to the networks. And with that, we can come down and then say, where are we going to do this? We're going to, from this data classification, we're going to do Project X for sure. But we could also expand it and say, you know what? We want to do PII, maybe passports or social security numbers or other things. We could just click down the list of what we want to apply. We come down, say, where are the destinations, where you could do all destinations or selected ones. We're going to do select. In this case, we have the applications. Umbrella sees your applications. We'll choose 2 of them, cloud storage and web email, and the destinations. Of course, Umbrella sees all of that as well. And we're going to do Gmail and Reddit. Just finalize the whole thing. We click save. And now we've defined the policy, we've implemented the policy, and we can start to look at the report. So you can search the report, you can query it. In this case, we see that Sally has broken one of the rules. And there's a Gmail there. And so if we zoom in on this rule, see what's going on, we can then kind of point out what happened. And it turns out that she sent an email to a Gmail account with the term Project X in this. We could then notify her, remind her of the rules or whatnot, or if things are increasingly getting exposed, we can actually just change the rule to a block and everything gets blocked at that point. So in this very simple step-by-step, a few clicks here and there, we've created efficiencies on one of the most complicated things you can do in security, which is data loss protection. So across all environments, we have a highly reliable cloud-native DLP functionality built into Umbrella. And when we have a fast return on investment on this, because you already have Umbrella, you can just keep adding these feature and functionalities across your entire environment. We have a full list of features on the cloud edge, including DLP, DNS, secure web gateway, firewalls, CASB, sandboxing, content filtering, on it goes. And now, with all of this, we're integrating it into the network side as well. And because of that vision and the capability, Umbrella has won CRN's recent Tech Innovator Award. So really congratulations to the team, and there's a lot of good work there. Let's turn our attention to the final challenge. The final challenge is passwords. And it's no secret that passwords can really be a pain, and we have to memorize hundreds of passwords. In fact, IT groups, 20 to 50% of IT tickets are around resetting passwords. And so overall, it's just a hard experience for our users. Our focus is to radically simplify security for the end user while improving the security posture. Passwords are not necessarily secure. People can steal them. And so we have to do additional work beyond the password. So simplifying it as well as making it so secure. And we do that by introducing passwordless by Cisco Duo. It's really, really exciting. We have 2 flavors of it. The first one is passwordless MFA. And that enables users to authenticate securely with MFA, but without a password and in a single step by using Touch ID or Face ID or security keys or tokens or the Duo mobile app itself. The second one is passwordless single sign-on or SSO. So users here can authenticate without a password and only once across multiple different SaaS platforms. So it'll work with the Duo SSO as well as a variety of other SSO partners. We are all in an open platform that works with all IDP partners in your environment. So let's have some fun at the end of this presentation and have a look at our passwordless experience.
Thanks for showing up.
We had to push your presentation back for time.
So as I was saying, the project is moving along really smoothly.
Isn't that amazing? We are so excited about the upcoming launch of Cisco Do It Passwordless, creating a better user experience for our employees. They no longer have to worry about remembering hundreds of passwords, etc., but also reducing the IT time and costs associated with password management and creating a stronger security posture. Duo Passwordless is built on the most comprehensive zero trust framework in the market, which has been recognized again and again as a leader in the Forrester Wave. So I hope we've shown you that an effective security also needs to be radically simple. We continue to live in a dynamic world, and we know that another change is right around the corner. With Cisco, you can be confident that you're covered for what's now as well as what's next. Thank you so much for your time. You can learn more about what's going to be going on by clicking the link below. You can also check out other technical sessions for a deeper dive in some of these issues. And with that, thank you again. Have a great day.
Wow, what a great session, G. I really loved hearing about SecureX platform and how it can provide that unified view to your organization's entire environment. And I'm also super excited about Cisco Duo Passwordless. I mean, talk about simplification. So now tell us what you think. Make sure you fill out the session survey because we really want to hear from you. So you just have to go to your profile and it's under there, under My Surveys. Now again, if you want to learn more, don't forget to go down to the World of Solutions and particularly the Cisco Showcase. That's where you'll be able to find more information about the live demos on SecureX and SASE. Now I want to tell you a little bit more about this amazing program called the Gateway Program. It's basically an inclusive customer community. It's got over 17,000 members who are passionate about Cisco's technology. So great place to join is if you go down to the bottom of your screen or homepage, you'll see a link to Gateway. So make sure you join because you'll have the chance to also win some great prizes and you have that direct gateway into Cisco. Okay, so Ray, can you tell us what else is going on and what else is available to our viewers today?
Thanks so much, Seema. Hey everyone, I hope this is a great surprise and a delight for you. Did you know there are 433 anytime sessions currently in the Cisco Live library for you that you can sign up for? Where are they, you might wonder? Well, go to ciscolive.com/2021. If you go in there, at the top menu, you'll see the word Learn. Click on Learn. With that menu, go to the session catalog and pick the Anytime sessions. 433 sessions that you can watch anytime after we're done here. There's so much content. Now, hey, what's coming up next is we're going to do a brain break, have a little bit of a dance, so hopefully you can start warming yourself up for this evening's entertainment. And there's a great video coming up. It's one of my favorites. It's our new Bridge to Possible anthem. So I hope you enjoy all that. So again, get ready for a little bit of a brain break and a dance, and maybe check out the Anytime sessions and see what you want to see.
There's a world where every one of us is connected. Everyone. Everywhere. Where everyone is included. Where everyone has access to information, education, opportunity. There's so much out there. I'm going. There's a world where buildings are smarter. Where automation fuels productivity. And our planet's health is as important as our own. There's a world where everyone is invited to participate, to contribute, to be bold. When everyone and everything is connected,
that's really beautiful.
Anything is possible. Cisco, the bridge to possible.
All right, here we go. Insight, thank you so much for sponsoring this dance party. 2 minutes, partying it up, turning it up. Is DJ Nick. It's Cisco Live 2021. Let's go. Times like this that I wish I had like a dance partner right now, right? So like I feel like if I was with you right now, I would need a dance partner and it would be a lot of fun, right? So until then, I'm just gonna close my eyes and pretend I'm dancing at a club right now.
From the beginning.
All right, less than 30 seconds here. Come on, let's go. Once again, a huge shout out to our sponsor, Insight. Thank you so much for sponsoring our dance party. Whew, I'm feeling it. Let's get back to it, disco style.
I am loving DJ Nick. Thank you, Insight, for that amazing brain break. Now, our next session focuses on the small business community that's been really impacted by the pandemic over the last 12 months. And we're going to share how Cisco is making an investment to help our small business community really recover and thrive in this next normal. So you're going to learn about Cisco Designed. It's a portfolio of products that has been bundled to enable small businesses to operate securely and to collaborate seamlessly with their teams and customers in a really cost-effective way. Now remember, if you've got any questions throughout the session, please go to the live Q&A panel, which is to the right of the video player. Our specialists and our experts are there waiting for those tough questions, so please make the most of that. And of course, the WebEx team space, I know we've brought that up a few times now, but please make sure you join that. You just have to go to the session catalogue and be able to click on the WebEx space through any of our sessions that you see on the innovation page. So go check that out. You'll be able to talk to your peers, you'll be able to talk to technology specialists, and that space will be moderated until the 2nd of April, and you'll also be able to have it open for the rest of the time after Cisco Live is over. Just to call out, remember to join the conversation on social media with hashtag Cisco Live and at Cisco Live APJC. We want to hear from you and we're loving the posts. Now over to Jerry Elliott to kick us off. Jerry.
We've seen enormous change. And our day-to-day now looks very different. Small businesses have faced big challenges. Whether it's getting to work, working out how to reach customers, or just plain working, even face-to-face has a new meaning. But while the world and the way we work has changed, our commitment to helping businesses like yours hasn't. It's what we've always done. Whether it's keeping you securely connected, finding better ways to work, or making it possible to work anywhere, we've got your back. So no matter what happens next, we can help you be everything you want to be. We can help you thrive. Between surviving and thriving, there's a bridge.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cisco Live. I am so glad that you're here with us this week, and I'm especially glad that you joined this session. We know that the small business community has been acutely affected by the pandemic, but we also know that this group is the most resilient, the most innovative, and in many ways, the most important to our global recovery. You are the engine that drives the global economy, and getting you back up and running and helping you build back better is one of our biggest opportunities and one of our biggest responsibilities as a company. In this session, you'll hear more about the investments we're making to help you thrive in the next normal. Whether it's making our technology more affordable and accessible, arming our channel partners with the right offers and use cases, or investing more in marketing. We are committed to getting this right and being a great partner for you now and always. Thanks so much for joining us this week and enjoy the session.
Well, you heard it there from Jerry Elliott. Small businesses are crucially important to us at Cisco. In fact, they're crucially important to everyone everywhere. Every country in the world that has a healthy economy and a strong GDP has a healthy and strong small business sector, hence why there is so much investment in this space. And unfortunately, it's also been a sector that's been massively impacted by the pandemic of the last year and has suffered many of the risks around recovery and indeed moving from surviving to thriving. But here at Cisco, we have a key principle to make sure that we invest and support and give back to communities where we are also successful. We call that inclusive recovery. In fact, one of the ways we've done so is by going to an organization and supporting their work. It's called the Photography Movement. And they went out to children and said, in the name of mental health, they went to children and said, tell us how you're feeling. And 22,000 children responded with a photograph of how they were feeling. And what you're seeing now on screen in front of you is some of the photos that those children, all under the age of 18, responded with, telling us how they were feeling, how their mental health was during that pandemic. And that was something we at Cisco were very proud and honored to support. And supporting the community with programs like that is important, but nothing is more important to supporting the community than helping small businesses recover and thrive. Small businesses are massively influential in creating employment, in creating revenue, and indeed in creating community. So we also wanted to do a lot to help them recover also. We did this by recognizing small businesses have had a risk of no cash flow or limited cash flow, so we provide 90-day payment deferral. We recognize that they may not be able to have access to the loans they need to buy the technology they needed to digitize their business, to adapt their business models. So we provided 3 years of leasing and payment options. But first and foremost, we're a technology company. So we needed to provide them with the technology that they needed to work in a new way. And that is exactly what we did. We saw a clear pivot of small businesses from buying the kinds of networking intense on-premises networking and technology that they had been purchasing, because of course they were locked down from those premises, and instead they needed to buy the things that enabled them to work from anywhere, to collaborate with their customers, to collaborate with each other, but to do so securely. Luckily, these are exactly the kinds of products and SaaS products that Cisco makes. So we bundled them together into a single offer for $29.95, which included WebEx, it included WebEx Teams, it included the security services and software that they needed to authenticate their users, guarantee safe access, so that they could be guaranteed of working safely in a new way from any location in the pandemic and indeed beyond. And that's one of the things that we did technically to help them. But here at Cisco Live, you're going to see a lot of technology developments and launches get announced. So to talk you through which of those are particularly relevant for small, let me now hand you over to our CTO for Small Business, Nick Chrysos.
Thank you, Sarah. Small businesses today are facing very specific technology challenges. What we call the new normal, or better, the new reality, has created the need for more agile and robust business processes, better business resiliency with more mobile and remote workforce. Remote workers have the same responsibilities and needs as in-office employees. To do their jobs, they need a secure way to access their applications and data, meet virtually, share documents, and chat with co-workers, customers, vendors, and business partners. So how do you enable this workforce? How do you give everyone, no matter where they are, the ability to easily and securely communicate and collaborate? How do you streamline teamwork? And you need to do all this while at the same time, you have to protect your people, devices, and data. You see, when it comes to cyber attacks, hackers don't care how big your company is. They care how weak your security is. Every time you receive an email, you are accessing a web page for the first time, or connecting remotely to your data over someone else's network, you are opening the door to potential ransomware, phishing, or social engineering scams. Today, small businesses need also to be able to enforce proximity compliance and preserve social distancing for the safety of their employees and their customers. It is all these challenges which, combined with the nature of small businesses with limited IT expertise, limited resources, and limited budget, that create a demanding set of requirements for a very wide-ranging portfolio. A portfolio that is simple to understand, easy to buy, easy to deploy and manage, with security built in and not bolt on, with scalable enterprise-level features, but flexible for the needs of a small organization, affordable. Cisco Design is the most comprehensive portfolio of products for small businesses in the market today, providing connectivity, security, collaboration, application efficiency, storage, IoT, and automation. Connectivity with Cisco Business Range, simple and smart networking devices with an outstanding customer value. Supplemented now with our Cisco Business Dashboard, making them easy to deploy and use for both non-technical users and IT professionals. Our Meraki range, simple and scalable, ideal for our customers or partners that are looking for a cloud-managed, continuous evolving, up-to-date infrastructure. And when subscription becomes an issue for our really small customers, we have introduced Meraki Go, ideal for businesses of up to 50 employees, designed for rapid deployment without subscription at the lowest possible cost. And then our unmatched security capabilities with Duo's multi-factor authentication, secure internet access with Umbrella, email protection with cloud mailbox defense, and advanced malware protection for endpoints. Cloud delivered, instantly deployed, purchased as a service. And last but not least, our collaboration part, with an extraordinary number of new features and innovation. But for this, let me introduce you to Rachel Magic, Director of Product Marketing from our Collaboration Business Unit.
When you're having one of those days where work just flows. Hey guys. And you're energized by the outcome. When there are no mindless tasks, borders, or barriers, and distractions are muted. Let's move forward with it. Then unity is effortless. Transitions are seamless. And success is inevitable.
The report that I sent last week, it has some
This is when work
that's it.
becomes joy.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
This is what happens on WebEx.
Thanks for having me, Nick. Small business is near and dear to our heart in the collaboration business. And if you haven't taken a look at WebEx lately, you haven't seen all of the great new features that we've released. WebEx app is really redesigning the way we're looking at collaboration. It is your one app for the way you call, the way you message, the way you meet. It is way beyond the WebEx meetings that you may have known in the past. It also helps wirelessly share and pair with any devices, any collaboration devices you have. It integrates with the apps that you know and love every day, whether it's Google Drive or OneDrive. We integrate with so many different things, and all of this is built on the security that you know and love from Cisco. And what's also really cool about this is we've re-envisioned the way that we're looking at calling. You're taking away your IP phones and we're bringing them into this soft phone, but we wanted to go beyond that. We wanted to bring everything into the way that you experience the WebEx app. If you're looking at audio, video calls, you want to put someone on hold, you want to have bring in someone into a call and ad hoc meetings, all of those capabilities that you used to have on your IP phone are seamless, integrated into this app. What's also cool is that we're going to be able to allow small business users to buy business calling plans directly from webex.com. So stay tuned to that, and you'll be able to just click to buy just like you do the WebEx app today. And also, now that we are moving from multiple offices, so all of us are working remotely, we wanted to bring the power of WebEx Rooms into your home. So if you look at this new camera, it is the WebEx Desk camera. It has 4K, it's got a privacy shutter, it has multiple mounting options and a streamlined way to connect with USB-C. It is a very, very powerful device that brings all of the WebEx Rooms capabilities directly into a lower cost unit for you. And it's also managed the exact same way that we manage boardrooms. It's the same tool set. Whether you have a large investment in video systems or you're just using this desk camera, you get fleet management in one pane of glass. You can troubleshoot from remote workers or in office. You can see device diagnostics. Everything directly from WebEx Control Hub makes it a very, very powerful way to help manage the remote users or when they come back into the office.
Rachel, I love the camera. However, there is one new device that it is not a phone. It is not a video endpoint, and it is not a tablet. And yet I believe that it will become instrumental to the way that we will use desks and that we'll share spaces in the future. Can you tell us more?
Yes, I would love to tell you more. This is the WebEx Desk Hub that you're talking about. We've really re-envisioned the way that we're coming back to the office. We want to offload your WebEx meetings into this Desk Hub. You can authenticate it with your phone. It charges your phone, it charges your computer, it charges your headset, and it also allows for in that the control hub that I talked about a second ago, it brings that power into every single desk. And so you know, is this desk booked? Has it been sanitized lately? Is this one reserved for me? And it's really re-envisioning the way we're going back to the office and thinking about reconfiguring our desk space. And I would love to show you more. We've got a video.
There's nothing quite like decluttering and upgrading your work life. Or having a clear direction. Nothing like going from one task to the next without skipping a beat.
Okay, WebEx, join meeting.
Or like having all the right insights to make all the right decisions. There's nothing like work when it really works. And there's nothing like the new WebEx Desk Hub.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about some customer research that we've recently undertaken with over 600 small businesses across 4 vertical sectors in 6 key global markets. Let's look at the results. As you can see, really surprisingly, 65% of employees are citing a positive impact on their motivation from the pandemic. A lot of this could be down to the flexibility that remote working is offering to their employees now, being able to balance their work life and their family life. It's also about trust. We know a lot of industries, such as the finance industry, has never been able to enable their employees to work from home before. And this has given a sense of motivation and achievement with employees as well. We found out that 84% of small businesses are going to adopt a work from home policy when they return back to the office. They're going to have a hybrid approach. They're going to look at having a balance from working from home or working from a fixed location or working from anywhere. In actual fact, we know that 34% of the small businesses that we've interviewed are actually now going to be looking for a managed serviced office. Again, to give this flexibility to the employees on how they work and where they work. We also asked these small businesses what they see as their biggest concerns once returning back to the office. And no surprise, as we heard from Nick, security remains the #1 concern. And we know this because of all the security breaches and attacks that happen considerably with small businesses. But what they also said to us is that they're concerned about faster connectivity and things like having a talent and skills gap within their organisation. And this is really predominant because we know that many small businesses have had to adapt and digitise their business with the skills they may not have had a year ago. And last but not least, 40% of the small businesses that we interviewed said that remote working still remains a concern, which is quite a surprise considering many of these small businesses have been working from home remotely for the last year. So this is where Cisco can help. As you heard from Sarah, we're now going to be enabling our customers and our partners to go from surviving to thriving. We've had the Cisco Secure Remote Work offer, which brings together WebEx, Duo, Umbrella and Cloud Mailbox Defense for $29.95, which really enables those small businesses to be able to work in a secure way and a collaborative way. And really exciting, coming soon, we have a new offer, the Cisco Work Your Way. This will enable those small businesses that prefer to work on-premise to have a solution which is Cisco Business with secure remote work, or if those small businesses prefer to work in the cloud, we have a Meraki bundle with secure remote work. All of these, again, will be enabling small businesses to get back to work quickly and safely. Now, what I would like to do now is to show you a video of Cheetah, who is a food manufacturer that's had to rethink their business, re-digitize their business to find those new customers.
We were the fastest growing food service distributor in the entire United States, specifically focused to help independent restaurants thrive. We had speed, agility, technology, but, you know, as Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. It was very sad to see what is happening to our customers. In March, restaurants' volume dropped down by 80 to 90%. Our sales are linearly correlated to the sales of the restaurants. It was incredibly devastating. We had to shut down markets and manage layoffs.
Without any staff, I found myself without any resources, and I had no time, but I still had to secure this organization. Now all of a sudden, we've got over 200 remote offices because everybody's working from home, and sometimes they're in a coffee shop. It doesn't matter where they are. I needed solutions that I could deploy very quickly. I needed them to be enterprise class, but at a price that I could afford, and I needed to be able to roll them out by myself. That's where Cisco and Port 53 came in.
Let's go to a volume, activity volume there.
They came with a comprehensive package that really hit the mark, and they did it in a way that we were able to save money, increase our efficiencies, and stay alive.
Thanks, and I appreciate the help. No problem. It's a pleasure as usual, John.
Without our technology, we wouldn't be able to pivot so rapidly and essentially open up to a completely new customer segment than we ever serviced before. Consumers are operating in a very different way than restaurants. It's a different type of experience on the app that we had to create in a very short period of time. We also had to create a new distribution network that we never had before. We're also commercializing our technology and offering it as a solution to other distributors. And so COVID essentially was a forcing function for innovation.
We enable people to have restaurants, to have that dream, to keep it afloat. I would say I was tossed a lifeline by Port 53. We have a multifaceted Cisco design solution, and it does exactly what it needs to do. So I can focus on doing the things I like.
So there you have it. You've heard from us about the technologies that we're launching here, and we'll continue to launch and continue to innovate specifically for small businesses. We are massively committed to making sure we provide small businesses with the technologies that are just simple enough at the right price and in nice, simple, easy to purchase ways. So that's really hitting the spot for small businesses as you not only come out of the pandemic and survive as a business, but go on to thrive and possibly in new digital ways. Now, Cisco Live is for all kinds of customers of all kinds of sizes, and we have an enormous portfolio at Cisco. So to help you get the best out of the rest of the event, let us give you just the following recommendations to make sure that you hear the things that are really specific for small business. First, you can see there on screen the Tech Talk, again, led by Nick Chrysos, meeting with our BEs, with our guys that really make this stuff. And I would recommend joining that Tech Talk session and also visiting the Small Business Showcase that has been put together specifically for you. You can always follow us during the event and beyond on Instagram, Cisco Designed, and our Twitter handle @Cisco Small Biz. We would love to see you there. In the meantime, thank you so much for your interest in Cisco, and have a really great Cisco Live.
Wasn't that a great session? I loved hearing about how small businesses are so important to Cisco and the part that we're playing towards their road to recovery with our bundled portfolio, Cisco Design. And Jerry Elliott, our EVP of Sales and Marketing, I think she summed it up pretty well by saying they are the engine that thrives the global economy. Now, don't forget, once again, fill out your session surveys because we want to hear your feedback. You just go to your profile and it's under My Surveys. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is our social impact. And you heard in both our keynotes that that it's not just about showcasing our fabulous technology, but it's also about how we can use that technology to drive an inclusive future for all. So I really want to encourage you to take a moment to visit our social impact site to learn how we're using our technology, our expertise, and our funding to really help those that need it the most. So you can find the social impact site under Attend on the ciscolive.com/2021. Now, you also heard Ray mention the anytime sessions, and this is hot off the press. We heard one from one of our customers say that they were able to resolve a customer issue after watching one of those sessions. So how cool is that? So we've got over 350 sessions in the library, so really take advantage of them. They're open till the 2nd of July. There's a lot of deep technical information in there to help you. And finally, Cisco Live isn't a Cisco Live unless you have a bit of fun. So make sure you check out all the trivia games and test your knowledge on Cisco, Cisco Live, even some of the technology tracks. It's very competitive if you are competitive, so we want to see, and there's a lot of great prizes as well. And finally, we're now about to roll to a video, and this one is on the Zero Trust framework.
With billions of connected IoT devices and thousands of cloud applications, enterprise security is losing visibility into and control over who and what is accessing their data. Companies need to be agile, and employees, contractors, vendors, they need to get work done, wherever they might be, and on whatever device they're using. But security teams may wonder, are my users who they say they are, and are their devices secure? Should these apps be talking to each other? How do I know who and what to trust? The answer is simple. Start at zero. You see, traditional security is based on location, but the Zero Trust philosophy takes a different approach, establishing and verifying trust for every access request, no matter where it comes from. With this method, trust isn't fixed. It evolves with your business, ensuring only the right users and devices get access when they need it, and that threats don't move across your network. But not all Zero Trust models are created equally. There's 3 key components that define your IT ecosystem. Duo Security protects your workforce, establishing trust for people and their devices, accessing your apps from anywhere. Tetration protects your workloads, securing all connections within your applications across data centers and the multi-cloud. Finally, SD Access segments your workplace, securing user and device connections across your network, including IoT. While some enterprise security offerings only focus on one component of your ecosystem, Cisco Zero Trust is a comprehensive solution. Over time, levels of trust dynamically adjust to address new levels of risk. Our 3-step methodology ensures trust over time by establishing trust, enforcing trust-based access, and continuously verifying trust. And if you're worried about third-party integrations, don't be. Cisco Zero Trust extends trust to an unrivaled amount of technology and security partnerships, as well as other Cisco offerings, to provide more visibility and policy enforcement, automation, and a reduced attack surface across your entire IT ecosystem. Zero Trust isn't simply a product, it's a philosophy and a framework. And for enterprise-level Zero Trust security to be effective, it needs to protect your workforce, workloads, and workplace. See how Cisco is simplifying the journey to Zero Trust. Visit cisco.com/go/zero-trust.
What does the future of work look like? We see a future with endless possibilities, where everyone has a seat at the table, wherever that table is, where being productive is different than being busy. A future where devices do more than react.
Okay, WebEx, start my meeting.
They respond. And distractions are now a thing of the past. Language is no longer a barrier.
个很重要的一程。
And everything you do is secure. We're building technology that serves your greater purpose.
We're working towards reducing plastic.
Creating experiences that are even better than being there. The future we see is seamless, secure, and inclusive for all.
Our next session is called Between Innovation and Customer Value, There's a Bridge. If you're wondering what that's about, it's about our partners. Cisco partners are so important to the value you get as a customer. And so the first thing I want to call out to you is, have you visited our partners at the World of Solutions? We have 34 partners standing by in the World of Solutions, live, ready to work with you on your questions. So if you want to know where that's at, it's at ciscolive.com/2021. 34 partners in there, see what their demos look like, chat to their people, connect around their solutions. They really extend all the great new innovations we're talking about over these 2 days. Another great way to connect with our partners and actually connect with your peers is through something called the Gateway. We've talked about it a few times. If you're kind of new tuning into the broadcast, the Gateway is a place where, as a Cisco professional, you can actually connect with other professionals and other customers in partners, as well as our own engineers. And if you want to find the Gateway, again, go to ciscolive.com/2021. Scroll down to the bottom, look to the left, and you'll see a link there for the Gateway. And it's a great community of your peers, your engineering and technology peers. The other piece, if you go into the World of Solutions, there's a great game called Capture the Flag, which tracks your learning, and it's something you can do well after these 2 days are over. Let's go and listen to Oliver Tuzik talk to us about our partners. Enjoy.
Welcome to one of the last sessions of Cisco Live. Up to now, you've heard a lot about innovation from all across Cisco. I'm going to talk about innovation too, the innovation that you, our customers, expect to have in your business. But I have a bit of a different lens. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Oliver Tuzik and I lead Cisco's Global Partner Organization. Partners are always close with Cisco when it comes to the latest innovation and how to use technology to create solutions in a changing market. But technology itself isn't the only focus. What matters is the value that customers get out of our innovation. What is value? This sounds like an easy question, but the answer is always changing and it's different for each customer. Let's go back more than 25 years, early in my career, when I was selling compact PCs. At this time, my value was picking orders from a fax machine. Remember those? My job was to look through the incoming faxes and decide who would get PCs based on our inventory. That was the value I added to my customers. And you might be surprised, but it was really important at this time, and they called it a value. Looking at it now, it is not much value. A lot has changed. Value, in general, is about solving business problems and creating new opportunities. For example, one customer may want to create a new experience for their customers, but that is difficult during the pandemic when you can't be in person. Some of you are looking to integrate multiple systems or struggling with overwhelming complexity of new technologies and just want an easy way to manage and consume IT. And some of you are looking more at your culture and employee experience and productivity across different worker types and wondering how technology can help you. Cisco has some of the industry-leading technology and innovations. No matter what you look at, intent-based networking, SASE, market-leading collaboration, insights from our data center and app performance solutions, ruggedized IoT, and much, much more. But how can you solve these common challenges in your business? How do you get value from these amazing technologies? It's very simple. You need a bridge. You've heard us talk about Cisco as a bridge before. It is in our logo and our new marketing campaigns. But today, I'm going to highlight a very important point. The key to getting real value for your business from Cisco is with Cisco partners. Customers, you need our partners to extend our innovations to address your unique business needs. And partners, you must define what value you can add. What is your edge? How can you stay relevant during these changing times so you can solve today's customer problems and get ready for the future. Together, we can increase the value for our customers using the combination of Cisco and our partners' unique capabilities. Let me look at our first example. Signa is a premier real estate developer in Austria. As you can imagine, the real estate business slowed down significantly when the pandemic hit last year. They faced the same problem that many of you did. Signa wondered, how can I keep my business up and running when the pandemic changes everything and keeps people at home? Cisco's partner Frink Advanced Services found a creative solution by integrating Cisco WebEx with Ava Robotics and developed a tailored solution that gave Signa a brand new way to engage customers. Frink is one of our boutique regional partners, a very special one, and it's known for thinking out of the box. Ava has been a WebEx technology partner for many years, and the pandemic created a growing need for their integrated solution, especially in the healthcare sector. But Frink took their knowledge of Ava and WebEx and put them to use in a brand new way. Let's take a look.
Imagine you have a business and that business relies on people coming in, seeing apartments, and then deciding to rent them. And all of a sudden, that's not possible.
We began with an idea. How can we have contactless visitors in a flat?
Signa came up with the idea of having remote access and remote house hunting.
And the next idea was, maybe we have a robot?
Our job was to keep Signa running and keep their business running.
We have a full installation of WebEx and Cisco video conferences in-house. And yes, there exists a robot with a WebEx integration that is called Ava. Yeah, 1 week later, we ordered this robot.
Even though the prospects and our sales team were not here in the apartment, we were still together through WebEx, Cisco, and through Ava. Ava Robotics expanded our sales possibilities.
They're fast, they know what they want, they know how to get it, and they have the courage to just do things that nobody else in that industry ever did.
This robot is not only a game changer for Signa, it's a game changer for the whole real estate industry.
This is a great example of how partners multiply the value of Cisco technology, integrate it with a third-party technology, and build their own solution that meets customer demands. Cisco APIs and the skills that Frink gained from our DevNet community were valuable for helping Frink and Ava to design the perfect solution for the customer. Signa was able to reimagine their applications in new ways and keep their business running thanks to this unique solution. The new experience in that example was simple and easy to use from the end user perspective, which is what you want. But the technologies behind any digital transformation are more complex than ever before. Each of you are dealing with private and public clouds, the need to manage an increasing number of workloads, and ensuring end-to-end security across the enterprise. And also optimizing applications performance in a more complex environment. It's about figuring out how to ensure a safe return to the office and also provide a productive space for workers still at home. Bringing these all together with the right strategy for your business is difficult. Many companies, big and small, don't have the ability to bring all of this innovation together on their own. They need help and support, and they also want to have flexibility in how to consume and manage everything. Let's take a look at Olympus. Olympus is a global leader of medical, life science, and optical equipment. They are headquartered in Japan, but have more than 40 operations all over the globe. In recent years, IT decisions were made at the local level in each country. Olympus also made a series of acquisitions, bringing their own legacy systems and increasing IT complexity even more. This resulted in escalating IT operating costs, and a patchwork of different systems that were hard to integrate and manage. They also had problems sharing data across the company. Olympus struggled with how to optimize OPEX with a growing complex global business. Like many of you, they needed to simplify IT, add more intelligence and automation, and also make it more secure. Olympus turned to Wipro, a Cisco partner and global IT consulting and business process service company based in India, to help them find the right solution. Wipro used its managed network services solution to re-architect the customer's wide area networks and enable support across distributed apps in a hybrid multi-cloud environment. Olympus now has improved app performance, a better end-user experience, and increased agility to handle future growth. Even more important, Olympus has improved cost effectiveness and reliability by monitoring, maintaining, and managing services continuously, all enabled by Cisco's secure SD-WAN. They expect to see a 30% cost reduction thanks to the Wipro and Cisco solution. Partner-managed secure SD-WAN is an increasingly common solution. We have more than 50 partners offering this all over the world. We also have many partners interested in delivering new SASE managed offers based on Cisco's innovation too. So expect to see a lot of announcements in these areas in the months ahead. We've been talking about changes, but what hasn't changed is that the technology is just one piece of the puzzle. You don't have technology problems, you have business problems to solve or business opportunities. Technology can provide the solution, but is typically not the starting point. A common issue that companies struggle with is productivity, team building, and information sharing. Let's look at Clayco, a customer based in the US, and they have a great story to tell. And I've invited Todd Finders, their CEO, to join me today. Welcome, Todd. Great to have you here. Please tell us a bit more about Clayco, and especially what was the challenge you and your team were facing?
Yeah, thank you for having me. So at Clayco, we are a develop, design, deliver construction company who really focuses on not just the end product that we deliver to our customers, but the experience. And so in order to deliver that tremendous customer experience and be very collaborative with them, our employees have to have the tools and the ability to collaborate in a very innovative way. And we were really struggling to have that experience and to deliver that experience to our customers.
I like this idea, how you talk about customer experience and also employee experience. But it sounds more like a task for the HR department. So why did IT focus on this topic?
Well, I think employee experience has been a focus of IT for a number of years, and it's been a major focus for us. And so I think the conversations that we were having with the business were just a natural predecessor to this discussion. And so I think we were in a position to deliver the tools, the technologies, and the process to really help our collaborative efforts and again, the overall experience to be better and more effective than what it was. So I think it was just a natural progression of the discussion that we've been having with the business for a number of years.
That's good. So then you realized that you need some help to make it happen, to make all the necessary changes happen in the adoption. So how did you finally come to pick Worldwide Technology as a partner to deliver on this promise?
Yeah, I think the biggest recognition was, when we looked at our current environment for collaboration in our conference rooms and in our offices and just the software that we were deploying, it in and of itself kind of made it clear why we needed help. The attempts that we had made to do it ourselves, to deploy different technologies to meet some of these challenges, turned into really a hodgepodge of different tools and technologies that just did not play well together. And being a construction company, we were involved with Worldwide Technology, actually building their headquarters building. And so we got to see firsthand the strategies that they were employing to solve the same challenges for their workforce in creating an environment where people could work and collaborate and connect and really have a next level experience. And so that really sparked some thoughts and some vision for our team and our leadership that, if they're able to put this strategy together and integrate the technology so well with the building itself, surely they can help us do the same thing, and so that's really where the idea started of not trying to just deploy hardware and software ourselves, but really engaging with a partner to help us on this journey.
So what you're saying, you're gonna use the experience that you saw that Worldwide Technology has, but on the other side, you were also talking about managing the complexity. And I know it is getting more and more complex in these times, but you've been using a lot of Cisco products. Tell us, what was the role of Worldwide helping you to orchestrate and bring it all together?
Yeah, we definitely saw that implementing all these technologies in the right way was going to be critical so that they complemented each other and that we didn't have issues. And so every step of the way, we were able to engage with Worldwide and have their assistance and their guidance in deploying these technologies correctly to ensure that we were getting the right performance and security and just overall having the end product that we had hoped for. And again, I think the experiences that Worldwide has had in deploying this for other customers, their Advanced Technology Center, we really saw a partner who had all the pieces necessary to help us achieve our goals.
When you say had all the pieces, I think one of the key areas was adoption. Tell us about your experience, how Worldwide Technology helped you on the adoption.
Yeah, we definitely wanted a partner who would architect the solution correctly, implement it, and then also help us ensure that our employees adopted the services, because that's really you're not done until that piece is done. And so they really came in and helped us put together a program that delivered a catered experience to people based on the roles that they played and where they would be consuming the collaborative experience. And so our supervisors and project managers who were at a job site in a job site trailer were trained in a way that would show them how to use the technology. And then our senior executives were trained and were onboarded in a different way. And we've really seen that throughout this last year, in the midst of the pandemic, our whole gamut of personas that we have in our company were all able to really be effective. Senior executives have been self-sufficient, and really I credit the onboarding, the training, and just the whole adoption approach in positioning us to really exploit our technology footprint.
So to bring it all together, would you state that the innovation and the technology from Cisco, including WebEx, Meraki, Umbrella, SD-WAN, together with the capabilities, the unique capabilities that the partner, Worldwide Technology, brought in, together all of this was able to deliver on what you would expect and to help you to achieve your goals?
Most definitely. And again, I think we really pressure tested that whole scenario in the midst of the pandemic this last year. The stresses of having an entire workforce move to work from home and still being required to deliver on the connectivity, the engagement, and the collaboration to keep our business moving. We are an essential business. We're constructing critical infrastructure, and we had to keep our business running. And all of the technologies that you mentioned allowed us to do that in an effective way, in a secure way, and really to take the experience and just move it into the next generation for our company.
Great. There's nothing more to add. Great to see how we together were able to help you and Clayco. Thanks so much. It was great having you here, and thanks for being a Cisco customer.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to Cisco and Worldwide Technologies as well. Been great partners and looking forward to further successes in the future.
As you can see from just these few examples, customers everywhere have an increasing need for digital transformation. We believe it comes down to 4 key customer priorities. First, to reimagine applications so you can create new experiences, just like Frink and Ava provided for real estate developer Signal. Second, you want to empower teams with the right tools and a consistent experience, no matter where they are working from, just like Worldwide Technology did for Clayco. Next, this requires that you transform the infrastructure and secure the enterprise to ensure you can connect. You can securely connect, you can automate across the entire business, and to have flexibility in how you consume or manage the technology, just like Wipro did for Olympus. To make all of this real and to bring the Cisco Bridge to life, customers need more from Cisco partners than ever before. So for the partners watching today, you have to work to stay agile and relevant. Explore how you can deliver the right value on top of Cisco's solutions to expand your success. Our customers want your help to consume and manage technology in new ways with your managed offering and as-a-service solutions, and also with simple, flexible EAs that make it easier to buy and renew. You need to grow your development skills so you can build unique solutions on top of the Cisco platform. This brings added value to customers, increases their loyalty, and helps you to develop an edge in the market. You also need to deliver adoption services to make sure customers are getting the most out of their initial investment and not letting products sit on a shelf. It's all about the full life cycle and customer experience. I know you are joining Cisco Live this week to learn about innovation. Innovation will always be key, but I also know that what is most important to you, our customers, is value. The value you get from seeing innovation come to life in your business. And between innovation and value, there's a bridge. Cisco, together with our partners, make it possible. Thank you.
We're coming into the final stretch, and Cisco Live does not stop today for you. First off, I'd really like to call out, I love that session about how our partners extend Cisco's innovation to you for your value. So remember, there are 34 partners standing by live in the World of Solutions now. If you want to reach that session, that's at ciscolive.com/2021. You can't miss it. Go to the World of Solutions, 34 partners. But there's so much more. If you're in the World of Solutions, there's a wonderful game called Capture the Flag. That game runs for a number of weeks, and it helps you build your structured learning. There's the Cisco store if you want to buy some local, do some retail therapy and get some logo stuff if that's your thing. And there's 433 anytime sessions as well. I really want to call that out. You can keep learning, keep the experience going for weeks. Where is that? ciscolive.com/2021. And for the anytime sessions, you go to the top menu, click on Learn, and then click on the session catalog. And in there, you'll see all the sessions, and you can build all the sessions that you want to follow. So really, really, really want to promote that for you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to watch a couple of videos about security. And I want to get you ready. There's a URL coming up. We're going to watch a video about the Cisco 2021 Security Outcomes Study. This is research we've just completed. It's a great piece of research, and the URL for downloading the report is going to flash up in that video. If you want some local language support for that, remember on ciscolive.com/2021, you can pick your local languages here for APJC. We've got 7 languages. So enjoy the video. Let's have some fun.
You don't need us to tell you. Cybersecurity is a round-the-clock job 365 days a year. So with an always-on, ever-evolving function, when do you take a step back to check how you're doing? Usually, no news means good news in security. But how can we be sure it doesn't mean things aren't working at all? How do we know what is working? And what could be better? And where we should invest, or dare we say, divest? Wouldn't it be great if you could pull together thousands of peers from all over the world and candidly find out what works for them? Like a security house party. Well, now you can. Introducing the Cisco Security Outcomes Study for 2021. We commissioned an independent survey of 4,800 active security and IT professionals at companies of all sizes across 25 countries. We've broken down their answers into various best practices, as well as a group of common outcomes that security teams often wish to achieve. Next, we crunched all the numbers to determine which practices have the most impact on security outcomes and objectives. In other words, based on what your organization wants to achieve in security, these are things you should be doing to increase your chances of success. You'll learn which practices rank most effective and which are making the least difference in 3 separate categories of managing risk, operating efficiently, and enabling business success. We found quite a few unexpected correlations, but which ones were they? This is a short video, so you'll have to read the report to find out. The Cisco 2021 Security Outcome Study is loaded with insights that can help guide your own focus as you look ahead to the future. It's free to download, and you can get it today. Just go to cisco.com/go/security outcomes.
This is Kate, and today Kate is leaving her home office and working from the office. Things have changed a bit since she was last there, but change isn't exactly Kate's thing. She actually never changes anything. Same parking spot, same lunch, same coffee cup. If anyone was going to have a hard time with all these changes, it was going to be Kate.
Okay, WebEx. Ask Wayfinding to find me a space to work.
With WebEx, you can see what meeting rooms might be available, automatically book one, and find your way to your room if you happen to be using a new one for the first time ever. And now with Room Navigator, she can even access room controls and start her meeting like never before, because every space has a WebEx assistant.
Okay, WebEx, start my meeting.
Hey, how's the office? I hear a lot has changed.
It has. It's pretty good, actually. I'm actually meaning to show you that.
Two-way whiteboarding makes co-creating possible from everywhere. And when it's time to get back on the move, it's easy to transfer your meeting and keep working.
So as I was saying.
Times have changed, but some of the changes are for the better. Just ask Kate.
Are we ready to party, everyone? I hope you are. Ray, you look like you are ready to party too. Hey, listen, I cannot believe we are coming to the end of what has been 2 sensational days. I hope you all enjoyed the experience as much as we have. So just remember, final reminder, please fill out your session surveys. We really want to hear from you. You'll find it under your profile in the My Surveys page. And don't forget to keep connected with us on social media. We hashtag Cisco Live and tag us using @CiscoLive APJC. Ray and I have really loved reading all your posts, so please stay in touch with us too. Our Twitter handles are @Seema and @RayCloss. We are Cisco champions and we want you to be Cisco champions as well. So Ray, what else have you got to say for the viewers before we get to the final close? Let us know.
Seema, I think there's nothing else to say except thank you. Shiashini, Gamsabnida, Dhanyavad, Arigato. There are so many ways to say thank you in our region. And thank you so much for spending all of your time with us these last 2 days. We've loved being your hosts. And don't forget, it doesn't stop here. There's all the anytime sessions, 433 anytime sessions. There's Capture the Flag, that keeps going on. You can rewatch sessions that you've really enjoyed. The Q&A is still going on. And don't forget, this is Follow the Sun. If there's a session you missed and you still want to watch it, Europe is still running. So there's so much you can keep doing. But I'm feeling it, Seema. It's getting close to party time.
It certainly is. So as we come to the end of Cisco Live 2021, we're excited to come together to celebrate what has been a massive program. And as we like to say, we have saved the best for last when it comes to a big show-stopping performance. Now, this special performance is taking place in another one of Cisco Live's homes, Las Vegas, which is also home to these artists. Their hits, Mr. Brightside, Human, and The Man, have rocketed them to worldwide fame and earned them multiple Grammy nominations, American and MTV Video Awards. They have toured the globe, including one of the most monumental and significant shows of their career at Wembley Stadium. The band has sold over 25 million albums worldwide and have headlined at all the world's top festivals. Cisco Live, I'm incredibly excited to introduce a very special performance by The Killers. Click on the Leadership channel to watch The Killers, and make sure you head over to ciscolive.com/2021 to enjoy the show. Thank you everyone for being with us for the last 2 days. Ray and I have had so much fun being your hosts for the last 2 days. Thank you.
my English name. The Chinese name is Xiu Fan. I come from Beijing, China. I have been working in Cisco for 19 years. I'm a sales manager in customer experience team. I think Cisco is really a great company. Cisco support us giving back leave days. We have some energy. We have the eager from the heart. So everybody, when they know what I'm doing, they just raise hand. Lucy, give me a chance. I want to join. I can make something happen. I work for the Gray and Shine Foundation since 6 years ago. They had a lot of program, but the major program is support rural teacher and rural children for the reading program. The children really need resources to support them and to get the learning capability to support their future. We actually leverage Cisco some technology like WebEx. We provide some training to the teacher. They can, improve their skill and their reading knowledge, and they can know the word better. I think together we have a big power. Is not only one or two children can benefit from that. I'm proud of that.
Between rural school kids and a universe of learning, there's Lucy Guo.
If we're to build a bridge to an inclusive future, then getting healthcare to everyone, everywhere is critical. Take rural Europe, where local doctors leaving for big cities is creating a medical desert. For patients left behind, many lack the mobility or the flexibility to reach critical urban appointments. The remedy, it turns out, is as much a technological marvel as it is a medical one. Meet Medibus, a state-of-the-art clinic on 4 wheels. But designing such a wonder came with its own set of challenges, taking everything Cisco knows about mobility, connectivity, video conferencing, and security into account, and, together with partner Deutsche Bahn, dispatching it from the cloud to create a 21st century lifeline. Now, no area is too remote, no diagnosis or specialist unavailable. All because one company dared to wonder if the road to better healthcare could literally be the road that runs through town. That's the inclusive future. Cisco, the bridge to possible.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome everyone to the marriage between Rebecca and Cameron. In the presence of this company, it gives me great pleasure to declare you're now legally husband and wife. Cameron, you may now kiss the bride.
Between being there and being together, there's a bridge. Cisco, the bridge to possible.
There's a world where every one of us is connected. Everyone. Everywhere. Where everyone is included. Where everyone has access.